What's next for the 26th class?
Yeah, summer official visits lead to like July. So it's like June official visits lead to July commitment. That's been one of my sayings. And Notre Dame's got a few that on July 4th, 5th, and 6th, there's three huge targets coming off the board. And I've got predictions in for Notre Dame to land all of them. And that would include Caden Finley from Aledo, Texas, the son of Jermichael Finley, who of course played with the Packers, but also Texas. And this has been a Notre Dame Texas battle for several months. He announces the evening of the 4th, and I think that the Irish end up getting that one done. Texas is fighting and clawing, and they're gonna, even if he commits to Notre Dame, they're gonna keep trying to get him to flip. That's kind of how I feel, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think Finley's gonna end up picking the Irish. Devin Fitzgerald, there's another NFL legacy with his dad Larry Fitzgerald. He's announcing on the 5th with Notre Dame and Clemson and UCLA has some schools in the mix there. And then Braden Robinson, the speedster from Texas, a slot type guy, Notre Dame or Miami with Arizona kind of in the mix as well. I like Notre Dame to land all these guys. And then, there's a defensive back, Nick Reddish from North Carolina, who's going to announce July 11th between Notre Dame and Virginia Tech. I think the Irish have the edge there. Elijah Golden is going to announce at the end of July. Big 4-star defensive lineman he's from Virginia, plays his high school ball in Sarasota, Florida. Notre Dame or Alabama looks like the big battle for him, with Oklahoma and Virginia Tech also in the mix. I think the Irish get that one done. And then Notre Dame potentially could take a third tight end in the class with Evan Jacobson from Milwaukee, Iowa. Kind of decided, hey, do I want to be a part of a 3-man class? Notre Dame seems like right now they're down with taking 3 tight ends. Could you imagine, Darren? 3 tight ends and 6 offensive linemen in one class. It's 9 right there. You're about to have a third of your class for tight ends and offensive linemen. That could be interesting, but Jacobson are a big-time talent. It's like 6'5", 225 pounds, likes Notre Dame a lot. So, like everyone we just talked about, I actually have predictions in for Notre Dame to land. Jacobson, I'm not too sure about, but the other, I feel pretty good. And Notre Dame had 28 official visitors on campus over this in June. I think it was 16 of them or so, or maybe it was a little bit higher. We're already committed to the Irish. It is possible that Notre Dame could go 28 for 28, which is absurd.
Crazy.
Absurd. I just I like to say this because I just don't want Notre Dame fans to be like, oh, look at Michigan. Michigan's going on a run. Why can't Notre Dame do that? So stop doing that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Notre Dame did their run. Don't care. Don't worry about who commit or when they commit. It's who commits, right? Just because Notre Dame may not get a lot of kids in the fall or on signing day, it's like, oh man, Notre Dame was struggled down the stretch. No. Who signed? Does Notre Dame sign Joey O'Brien and Ian Premer and Corey Adams and Thomas Davis Jr. and Caden Finley? Like, do they sign these guys? Right? Do they hold on to their commits, and do they get some of these guys to commit in July? That's the important thing, is who signs, not when they commit. Who cares about when they commit? Who is going to sign? And Notre Dame has got a really, really good chance to sign a top 5 class, which they haven't done since that 2013 cycle. But the more important thing than where they rank nationally is where this class ranks compared to past Notre Dame classes. And this has the potential, again, to be Notre Dame's best in the internet era ever. Like, that would be outstanding.
You've mentioned Joey O'Brien's name a couple of times during this update. And every time I go to social media, I feel like Joey is in the midst of world domination because he's dominating the competition.
Yeah, he was outstanding. So there was everyone knows about 7-on-7, right? Like, you see it at football practices. There's like off-season 7-on-7 tournaments for these kids to go do. And Joey O'Brien was at the OT7. It's an overtime. It's like the overtime brand. Has their own tournament, and it's actually streamed on like an NFL Network or something. And Joey O'Brien did what Joey O'Brien does at this tournament. And this is the marquee 7-on-7. This was the national finals. Like, there's regional 7-on-7 tournaments. This was the big one.
Mm.
and he was On3's MVP of the event. And On3 national scout Cody Belair tweeted out that Joey O'Brien is the most dominant 7-on-7 player that I have ever seen. I think that is quite the compliment. Now, I want to say something. This might ruffle some feathers. Should O'Brien be ranked a 5-star? You absolutely can make that argument 100%. But I feel like the same people who tell me it's just 7-on-7, I don't care, it's not real football, are the same people who are telling me that he should be ranked a 5-star because of this event. Rank Joey O'Brien as a 5-star due to the totality of him as a football player, the athletic traits that you see at 7-on-7, all these things. But it's not just based on 7-on-7. Like, it's 7 on, it's just not real football. So Cody Belair's tweet about Joey O'Brien being the most dominant 7-on-7 player he's ever seen, and Cody's covered a ton of these types of events. That's really impressive, 100% from like an athletic traits standpoint. But would you rather have a really good football player or a 7-on-7 player? Like, does that make sense? Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
am I being too?
Yeah. No.
Like, I'm not saying he shouldn't be a 5-star. I think he's got every right to be in that discussion, but you know, not because of 7-on-7.
Right.
Like it for me, 7-on-7 is a great way to evaluate traits and athleticism and those things. Not like, oh, just because he's a dominant 7-on-7 player does not mean that player should be ranked a 5-star. Like at that overtime 7 event, the Hawaii quarterback commit was one of the best there. Or should he be a 5-star? That might be unpopular, but that's my take.
Okay.
He was dominant. Like, Joey O'Brien is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, what a phenomenal pickup. Travis, I talked about this with you last week or the week before. He's getting Travis Hunter comps. Like, he could play both sides of the ball for Notre Dame. Joey O'Brien is sensational.
Incredible. Well, we're having this conversation on July 1st, and I think it's a monumental day for the way college sports is being covered today. Recently, On3 bought Rivals. Blue and Gold has been a part of the On3 family. And so now you're bringing in some of the Rivals folks
Yeah.
into your Blue and Gold family. I've been comparing this to an NBA super team, as you guys have put together a group of writers who have enormous talent and a lot of awards to back it up.
Yeah. It's awesome. This is awesome. So, yeah, the decision was made to have the Inside ND Sports website kind of fold into Blue and Gold. So that includes Eric Hansen and Tyler James and their whole community. So if you're a Rivals subscriber, you're now a member of the Blue and Gold community. And Eric and Tyler, just in conversations with them, and obviously I've known their work for being on the beat for 6 years. They're tremendous writers and workers, and now I get to work with them. It's awesome. I think Tyler James is a very well versed, multi-talented, writer who could do so much. He can help us cover recruiting. He's going to be awesome on the beat covering the football team. And Eric Hansen, he said something in our internal group chat today where I was like, oh my gosh, it sounds like Lou. Like, first, I feel like the luckiest SOB in the world to have worked with Lou Samoji and then Eric Hansen. I mean, what an incredible thing to work with two goats of this space, especially covering Notre Dame. Like, I loved learning from Lou, and Eric is, it seems just as like selfless as Lou was. So I'm really looking forward to getting things rolling with these two guys. So blueandgold.com, it's 100% the place to be. So what we do on this YouTube channel, Darren, for folks watching on YouTube, and what we do on our website does not change. And then those guys and what they do, Eric and Tyler, they're going to be writing the same kind of articles that you're used to. And then their YouTube channel, they're going to continue on that as well, because they've built up a following there. So definitely exciting times just for Notre Dame fans in general.
For people who maybe subscribe for both, the InsideNDSports.com crew can log into Blue and Gold,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So yeah, your like automatic renewal's been turned off, so you won't get charged anymore. And yeah, your subscription carries over to Blue and Gold with your same login credentials. And if you have any questions, support at on3.com is the email to reach out to.
What a treat for Irish football fans to have that many people with that much talent covering Irish athletics, including Fighting Irish football. But we know Mike is going to keep us caught up on everything happening with Notre Dame football recruiting. He is the expert of the insider at blueandgold.com. Always good to visit with you. We'll talk to you again next week.
Sounds good. Thanks, Darren.